Welcome to today's Premier Experts, your one-stop shop to find industry experts in a variety of niches. My name is Ray Perez, and I'm a global branding expert. I travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we've created this show to take advantage of their wealth of knowledge. I interview experts across different fields to learn what has made them become successful. When you interview people from a wide range of industries, those points of views brought together can create massive success for your business. Welcome back to another episode of today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today my special guest is Alfonzo Alexander, a medical education specialist. Welcome to the show, Alfonzo.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. I'm very excited to interview you. You've had an interesting career. Can you kind of share how you got into this medical space?
Well, I kind of got into it because of my interest in health. My aunt kind of inspired me to do that because she got sick with cancer and she had a double mastectomy. And this is a woman that never drank, ate right, didn't smoke, whatever. And so I was really taken back on how she could get this sick and eventually die from that. And so that kind of inspired me out of curiosity. I was angry, things along that nature, but learned more about the human body and how it works. Because I've been healthy all my life, but I knew at that point I shouldn't take it for granted. And so after I dove into looking at how health was implemented in the United States, I knew we were really in trouble as a country.
And now let's start. You started off doing like a personal training and health and fitness, and you kind of evolved and working into different, kind of share how that progressed.
Yeah, that kind of inspired me to get involved in personal training. I'm a master, an ISSA master personal trainer, and I worked in that industry for many, many years and helped quite a few people that wanted to change their lives and change their lives for the better. The key, though, is when I started working for a doctor that he owned a gym above his practice. And what I would do is my job was to help his patients and get them off being diabetic or pre-diabetic or whatever. And I would help them with their food programs, exercising, and we got many of them got off being diabetic, and thus we kind of extended their life. And then when I looked into diabetes and what it would do to them if they didn't do it, you can lose your toes, your feet, your legs. I mean, you start losing your lower extremities of your body because the body just can't produce enough oxygen to reach those lower extremities of your body, and so they die. Or you get ulcers from laying down too long, or you might bump your leg against a table and all of a sudden you got a wound on your leg and it won't heal. That's how diabetics get worse and worse as time goes on. So I was really inspired to help people to get better and got involved in stem cell therapy, and I still believe that's one of the best ways to heal the body. But in the United States, you can't use stem cell therapy as a medicine or a drug. And so that's how I got involved with what I'm doing right now, and that's in wound care. Now with wound care, I work with several doctors that are on the forefront of helping people to heal these wounds. Unfortunately, they also amputate parts of the body as well that are not going to heal. My job and what I bring to the table is I give the doctors the tools to, as far as skin membranes, not physical, metal tools, but skin membranes to wrap the wounds so that they have a advanced process of healing and not being an open wound on the body. Very important to do that because it reduces the time that a wound is open and can migrate to infection and things of that nature, which again, you start going down the slippery slope of having the chance of having an amputation.
Wow. And now you shared with me that there's a lot more people than than you realized that have this situation because they're actually not out and about. Kind of
Yeah, I didn't know it was that serious of a problem until I started working with doctors that worked with patients that had those issues. The waiting rooms are full. I mean, these doctors probably work with probably like 30 a day.
30 a day?
A day. A day.
And the reason you don't see them is why?
Because they're hiding in their houses. They don't get around very much because they can't walk. They have to offload their legs, their feet, whatever, because they can't put weight on those. That means you can't put weight on your foot walking around all day because it won't heal if you do that. The doctor will prescribe that you have to offload your leg to give it a chance to heal, which makes sense. You can't go out kicking a football
of course,
or whatever, skateboarding if you got an open wound. Okay, and so these people want to stay inside and take care of their bodies. So you don't see them. So it doesn't look like it's a big problem until you do the research and find out it is a huge problem in the United States.
So obviously, this situation for people who have wounds that are larger, that are not going to heal on their own, not just something you can sew up and have the possibility of being amputated. How obviously what you do is a benefit to them, but how is it what you do a benefit to the doctors?
Well, what we do is, and that's a good question, Ray, is we shorten the time period the doctor will have in taking care of that wound. So instead of it being 2 years to take care of that wound, and it usually takes 2 years, I'm not kidding you, a long time to heal a wound, because most wounds will get bigger, they won't get smaller. And so by using a skin membrane, it gives that wound a head start to heal, and it's usually should take about 9 months to heal a 2x2 wound, which is about like this big.
Wow.
If it's bigger than that, it's probably going to take a little longer. And what I do is I bring the best products from my company, from our research development center, and give them the latest technology to heal those wounds that are natural to the patient, and to get them back on their feet as fast as possible.
Now, obviously, everything that you do is very beneficial to the patients, but you also have a program where you work with the doctors not only to provide the services and the products, but to get them out to more people who might not know that this is available. Kind of explain how you do that for the doctors.
Well, what I do with the doctors is I work with them with seminars. We'll organize a seminar for the doctor, so that and do call to action to all the retirement facilities or skilled nursing facilities that take care of these patients. Let them know there's a doctor that has the latest products available, so that they know they need to go to him if they want to have these services available. Because if it wasn't for that, they would not. How would they find out about the doctor? They don't. They look at I was going to say the yellow pages, but they look at the go online, and there's like 100 doctors there. How do you choose one? Who's the best doctor? Truly the best doctor that has the latest products that are available today, that are going to be paid for by insurance. Okay, that's the key.
Yeah, that's a big part, right?
Yeah. Has to be paid for by insurance. It might be stuff that's really, really good, but if it's not going to be paid for by insurance, doctors aren't going to use it.
And the patient can't buy it.
Right, and you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So what we do is we concern ourselves with getting products that are going to be paid by insurance. Like as a benefit, we have another product that's available where we use the patient's own DNA. We'll take a sample of patient's own DNA from their thigh. Okay, it's very, very small. It's like the size of a lead pencil. Okay, we'll take that from them. We'll use that, and we'll develop it can be up to a 2x2 or a 4x4 patch. From that, it's a liquid membrane that we will use from that little small punch.
Wow. And
we can develop it with their own DNA, and it will work 100% of the time because it's their own DNA. It's not, and a lot of doctors use this. They'll use shark skin, they'll use other products from other animals as a skin membrane. We don't do that. We only use placenta membranes or the patient's own DNA. So it is a human biological product.
Now, talk a little bit about the program that you've created to assist the doctors in growing their practice.
Well, this is something I've done to promote the doctors because I feel that they're trapped in their business. When the doctor gets there, he's busy from 8 o'clock till he closes, sometimes 5 o'clock, sometimes he has to work until 7, especially doctors that have to go to the hospital after they get done at their clinic to do surgery. They don't get home till 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Okay? These doctors don't have time to go out and to do seminars or talk at events or things like that. That's where my company comes in. We will do that for the doctors with golf tournaments. We do car shows. We do kind of fun events that these patients can come to and be comfortable, you know, and then the doctors can give them their information and then we can take it from there and see if this is a good fit for that doctor. The doctors don't have, and his staff don't have time to do that. Their job is to take care of the patients that are coming through the door. Marketing's my job. That's what I do for my doctors. I take that labor-intensive event away from them, and I marry it with the doctors so that they can get positive patients coming through the door that are going to get backed by their insurance to get the services they need.
Now, you've also created like a membership club for the doctors to connect and network with other doctors, expand their practices, do relationships, do fun sporting events and wine and dines, things like that, and also have an opportunity to just connect and have a good time. Talk about a little bit about the membership club you created.
Yeah, it is a club where like twice a year what we'll do is we'll have an event where the doctors can get together and they can collaborate together, and we'll have like a wine and dine event for them. Sometimes it'll be at a very, very nice club. Sometimes it'll be on a yacht. We're not going out into the ocean, but it'll be a yacht that's docked, but everybody can go there. They can have a great time and meet other people of like professions, or they can talk to people like some of our key people that work with us so that they can see exactly how we do what we do. You know, we're trying to help the doctor to be more successful and to see more patients. And that's the biggest thing is if you can get a doctor to see more patients and take less time, you know, treating that patient, that's the key. You help the community out more. But if he's got to spend every day seeing the same people over and over and over again, you're not really helping the situation. He's seeing the same people and he's not helping the community. We're trying to change that so that we can get people healed as fast as possible and treated as fast as possible, because we have a product now that we know it's going to work, but we use it as a last-ditch effort because that's the way the FDA wants us to do it. We have to try everything else, then we can use this last product on them.
Wow. Well, speaking about community, you know, you're involved with real estate projects and other things that support and give back to the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, what we're doing is we have, I've done construction for a while when I was younger, and I really enjoyed it. But it's a lot of work. Okay, I used to work with the Blackfoot Indian tribe in Wyoming and Montana, and we would work with those folks up there to build homes and things like that. Okay, so I got bit by the bug doing that. Okay, came back home when it got cold. It got really cold. You don't want to be in Wyoming or Montana when winter hits. That's for sure. Okay. But what we want to do is, I realize that there's a lot of homeless moms that have children. So what we want to do is we want to somehow make sure that they can get a nice home that's got everything there for them. It's a quality home that'll last 100 years. Okay. And make sure we give back to the community by providing, you know, a shelter that's their own shelter,
affordable,
a nice home. I mean, nice home. They're not going to be. It is really, really nice. Believe me, you'd like to live there. Believe me, and it gives everything for that family to proceed in life and to raise her children in a favorable condition where she feels, you know, that she's done a good job and she's not struggling. And you need that, you know. And if I can just help one family help that generation over and over again, I've done my job as a human being.
Yeah.
You know, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so.
So yeah, and I know that giving back is important to you, and you kind of share your story in the book, The Drive to Success,
Yes,
on
sir.
everything you've been through in your life, and how now it's important for you to give back, and the position that you are now, and you know, built those homes and the charity projects that you work in. I think it's just a wonderful, admirable thing that you're doing.
Thank you. I mean, the book is basically about a short story about my life and why I'm doing what I'm doing now, and. I didn't grow up rich at all, okay? So I struggled growing up with my family. I appreciate what my mom did. She did the best she could. My dad died when I was like 9 years old, so he wasn't around, things like that. So a lot of parents are going through that right now, and especially when, I mean, back in my day, I mean, gas was like $1 maybe or less. Now it's $3, you know? So times have gotten a lot worse, not better, you know? So I'd like to try to help out as much as I can, so because I know what it's like to be in that situation.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, if the doctors want to connect with you, learn more about the membership club or what you're doing as far as the membranes for their patients, or patients want to learn more about how to connect with the doctors in your network, or they want to find out about, get a copy of your book, programs and courses, what's the best way for those that are watching this to connect with you?
The best way for them to connect with me is on my site, alfonzo360.com. You can connect with me on any of my social media sites. You can text me, email me, call me, or pick up my book. And it talks about how I've gotten into the position I am right now and why I'm so driven. And please just go to my site, alfonzo360.com.
I love it. Well, Alfonzo, thank you so much for being on the show. Truly appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And thank you for joining us on another episode of today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, reminding you to never leave for tomorrow what you can do today, and always stay true to your brand. If you or anyone you know is an expert in a particular niche or industry, we would love to have a conversation about potentially being on the show. Just visit todayspremierexperts.com, click on Be a Guest, and fill out the form.